Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dramatic, and this is Drama News. So this one's really nuts because these two dudes are really good MCs, both of them. I know a lot of true heads follow my channel. I know you know Hopsin could rap. I know you know Joyner could rap. But here's how I look at stuff like this. The way rap works is kind of back in the day, people were kind of rhyming in like a 1-4. Everything started out real basic. You know, you had boom bap beats and things didn't get real complex. Some of the trickiest, like tongue flipping rappers I heard first was DOS Effects. Once they put out that song, We Want Effects, it showed a different style of rapping than a lot of people I haven't seen yet. So what I'm getting at is you kind of started out real basic and then people started to change up the wordplay and flip words and do crazy stuff. But as we've grown on, other artists have gotten much better. You see lots of MCs mimicking other artists, doing the same thing but doing it better. The reason I bring this up is Hopsin was always compared to Eminem back in the day. Now, to be honest with you, I don't even hear Eminem when Hopsin raps, really. I mean, I just feel like he's developed into his own self now and his own sound. And yeah, maybe a little influence, you know, because that's just how it works. I don't hear him biting Eminem like everybody used to claim he did. I used to hear it, I just don't hear it anymore. I'll never forget the day Adrenaline Rush came out by Twista. When that album came out, it was absolutely the most mind-blowing thing I've ever heard before. I hadn't heard an album that good to that day, and really heard a rapper rap like with that kind of momentum and like fast double time like that ever before that album. Twista was already around. He was known as Tongue Twister, and he wore these big beads and he had a whole different image and big old earrings, and he was definitely not the Chicago gangster rapper that he kind of turned out to be. He started off on some more kind of a African Bambaataa type stuff. When Twista released Adrenaline Rush, it was produced by the legendary Traxster. I'll never forget that because the beats were filthy. I had to look him up, so shout out to you. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he's doing alright. He's still making music, but I really haven't heard much from him since, but that's one of the greatest produced albums in my eyes, like ever. So if you haven't heard Adrenaline Rush by Twista, please, please, please do yourself a favor and go check that out. But the reason I bring up Twista is he was ahead of his time. He even had a rap-off for Guinness Book World Records against the fastest talker in the world, the Micro Machine guy. So, there's some fun facts for you. I don't know if people really caught on at that point. But what I'm getting at is we've evolved into new MCs, which is today's rappers. So now you have people like Hopsin that are rapping more like Big Sean does, you know, rather than Eminem like he used to. You got people like Joyner who are pretty much just painting movies in a way that no rapper's ever done before. So when I heard that Joyner and Hopsin had beef, I thought it was weird for the fact that we've had all this rapper beef lately. I really don't know if I'm buying into it. It all seems like marketing to me. Good marketing, but marketing. I know how major labels work, so shout out to y'all. You're definitely turning heads and doing what you're supposed to. But at some point, I'm just going to start looking at everything like it's fake. Like I don't know what's real and what's not anymore because they're using this tactic so much. So when this happened, the first thing people started saying was, oh, this is fake. Hopsin and Joyner are going to end up doing a song together or something. It's just the same thing. They're trying to build momentum like everybody else is. You try to find somebody to have fake rap beef with, and hey. But can't that backfire on you? Makes me wonder sometimes when I think about it. Like, what's going to happen if everyone turns on one side? Right? Yeah, you're getting views for now, but what about your next album? People ain't going to buy that. Like MGK. He made Rap Devil one of the best songs that he's made, and so it made him look good. And he just happened to drop one of the best songs he's made on one of the best rappers of all time. So it really helped him, gave him some momentum. He got cocky, he's been getting in fights, he's setting people up to take pictures with kill shot shirts on and getting beat up and all this crazy stuff going on in MGK now. He put out a complete garbage album, Binge, so I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if this is backfiring or if this was the plan from the get-go, but either way, it's not working out for MGK right now. A lot of people thought M was going to get buried on this, but he has definitely ended up on top. So here's how the whole thing went down from what I hear. So this ASAP Eddie guy says, have you seen the Machine Gun Eminem battle? I was curious if you think you could beat Joyner in a battle. Then Hopsin says, that's a dumb question I think you already know the answer to. Whoa. Hopsin, don't do this to yourself. This is why I think it's planned, because really as good a rapper as Hopsin is, and he has a huge following, probably bigger than Joyner for sure, He's not on Joyner's level though. He's really good. I like Hopsin. He's dope. But Hopsin is not Joyner Lucas. What I was getting at by telling you guys kind of the evolution of how these rappers work. Joyner Lucas is like an evolved monster of all of those things. There's like nothing Joyner can't do. Not only is he very lyrical and he's got a great flow and can spit his face off and a great storyteller, he's not the one you want beef with. I mean, there's a reason Eminem just had him on his album. Eminem only messes with top dogs. Was Hopsin on the album? So then Joyner Lucas replies on Twitter with, "What the fuck? What is that supposed to mean?" Now the reply says a couple things. One, this was planned. Two, he's like, what? You don't want this smoke. Or three, this is planned. Then he says, Hopsin, don't do it to yourself, bro. Trust me. I gotta believe Joyner on this. Fake or not, Hopsin doesn't want it with Joyner. Do I think Hopsin's gonna bring that smoke? Yeah, I do. I do. I think he's gonna do a good job. I think he'll kill it. You don't want it with Joyner. Just trust me on this. Then Hopsin says, stay in your lane, bro. I'm not Logic. I will break your soul. Now all you Tech 9 fans out there already know about the song Sriracha that had Joyner Lucas, Tech 9, and Logic in it. And to be honest, Logic came really bad. I mean, I used to be kind of a Logic fan. I'm not so much anymore. He just kind of changed up a lot. I'm really not into his stuff. But it was one of the worst verses I've ever heard from Logic. He's usually pretty consistent when it comes to rapping, but he was not on that song. The rumor is he was kind of mad about Joyner being on the song because when Tech and him had made the song, Joyner wasn't on it. Joyner hooked up with Tech, said, hey, can I get on that? I guess Tech was like, yeah, go ahead. Sent it to Logic. I guess Logic was kind of butthurt because he didn't like Joyner too much. Sent back this whack-ass verse. So there might have been some politics behind it. I don't know for a fact. There is no comparison between Logic and Joyner Lucas. So that's a bad comparison, Hopsin. If that's your battle bars and that's the way you're going to start this, you're already losing. So one thing people need to know about Hopsin too was he was on Funk Volume for a long time. And then him and Dame had a falling out. And now he's not on the label anymore. He signed to 300 Entertainment, which is Kevin Lyle's label. And you're talking a whole different ballgame. I mean, look up Kevin Lyles and look up Dame. You tell me who has more power. So really when they asked Hopsin kind of why he left, he said Dame was ripping him off and he didn't trust the whole Funk Volume camp. If you ask Jared Benton and Dizzy and them, they'll just kind of stay out of it and tell you, hey, they had their own beef. We don't think he's a thief. You know, he takes care of us. It is what it is. Now what I can say about Hopsin though is he was the front runner at Funk Volume, so if he was getting a power trip or ego, it was probably just because he was the biggest guy on that label by far. And so they asked Hopsin, why did you make the move? He said, yeah, he's ripping me off. But he also said, like, in this music stuff, you get to a certain point where, like, if you can't do it by yourself. Because when he left Funk Volume, he could have stayed independent, but he chose to sign to 300, and a lot of people thought that was weird. 300 used to be owned by Cohen, but he ended up selling it, and now I think he's part of YouTube or something else. He's got something else going, but the bottom line is you're talking about like a big-ass label. Big, big, big. Way bigger, way more power, investments, all that than something like Funk Volume. Funk Volume's a big independent label, but compared to where Hopsin went, no. So Hopsin had made the comment saying that, like, if you stay independent, you hit a ceiling eventually and you can't go certain places. Like, certain doors are closed and there's no way to get in those doors unless you kind of join the club, which is the bigger labels, like sign with the major. So Hopsin kind of sold himself out. That's where he lies now. That's why you're going to see different moves from Hopsin. That's why Hopsin's going to act different nowadays. His music will probably be different. So if you're a Hopsin fan and you see a huge change in Hopsin, that is why. As far as this beef goes, Hopsin, you don't want to Joyner. Joyner's just not that dude. Did you hear him rap on Lucky You with Eminem? Come on, bro. You don't want smoke with Joyner. But I'm not going to talk about this anymore. That's all I got for you today. This is your boy Dramatic. You guys are amazing. Make sure you subscribe. Love y'all. Shout out to the Dramatic fam. Peace.
With another descends too, but I know I don't walk as a perfect man. Do all the stuff for my sons too, hoping someday that they'll understand. Long as I'm